The next method is get user by hash. What we can do now is remove everything from inside of this method and simply return this get one, and all we need to do here is put the hash and then indicate what field we want to match, which is hash. Otherwise we would basically, because this method by default takes ID, but because we have a second parameter where we can define the field we want to match the value against, then obviously we can do it this way. So that's our get update by hash method. As you can see, it's pretty simple now, because obviously we've created this helper method inside of the application. All this is much easier. Now we're going for the make active, and here we're going to return this update, and we're simply passing array. What we want to update is the field called active, and we want to assign the value 1 to it to indicate that it's active account, and then the ID as the second parameter to obviously indicate which record we want to update with this active equals 1. So that's our make active method. Then if we scroll down, and the method get by email, again, it's going to be very simple. Return this get one, and we're passing email as the first parameter, and then we're indicating which field we want to search by, which is email, obviously. And that's our get by email method done. Then get user, again, removing everything from inside, and we return this get one. And this time we only pass the ID because we want to find the record by ID column. So that's get user, and then update user if I scroll down. This one, if we remove everything again and simply return this update method, we pass in the array and the ID, and that's all that needs to be done here. If we now have a look at the get users method, here I'm going to first create an array, and I'm passing 1 to it as the first value. Then if I split this SQL statement here, put on a new line, select from table, where active equals question mark, and this is where this ID comes in place. Basically, it's the value for this question mark. And then we check in if search pass through as a parameter as an empty, rather than straight away escaping the value. What we're going to do is go for the SQL statement, and here like is going to be question mark, and the other like the same way. So we've got two question marks, placeholders basically for the values which we are now going to add to the array. So adding to the array is going to be in between the double quotes, we have question mark SRCH. Between the curly brackets, we put in obviously the percentage symbols on both sides, because it's basically searching for any part of the string. Then array, the other array, exactly same thing, because we need to put two values obviously to match these two placeholders in our SQL statement. And then SQL concatenating with this obviously ordered by last first name, which is all good. And then return, we just go for the underscore DB, fetch all, we're passing the array as a second parameter with all these values. Now remove user becomes, now if we remove all this, simply return this, delete, and we pass the ID. And that's all inside of our user class.